friends, welcome to my channel, Life is Tiff Knows It. This is Tiff here with another WIP N Chat. We're on WIP N Chat number 21. Time is sure flying by. I am working on my same project as normal, Doors of Moria by John Shannon. It is a licensed diamond painting from DIYmoonshop. And it's coming along. It's coming along, and I am intentionally trying to have it come along quick because I'm trying to get this done before Drills and Chills, which I believe starts September 1st. So that is my hard deadline. And in the past week, I have had more time than recently to work on it. So I am chucking along like Chuck Pinson. That's funny because my next project will be a Chuck Pinson piece for Drills and Chills. So thank you for joining me. If you're new to the concept of WIP N Chat, WIP means work in progress. This is my WIP. I'm trying to whip through it. I need more wax in this. That's not going to work very well. But I'm stubborn and don't want to get another. Nope, it's not going to work. Let me, 1 second. Be right back. Okay. I'm back. One of my least favorite parts of diamond painting is reloading my pen. I don't know why. It's a hassle, but I do think that it has slowed me down because of my stubbornness. I have a brand new thing of wax in here. We're good to go. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day, great week. I would love to hear more about what's going on with you. I love when I have comments on my videos and I do read them. Try to respond to all the to comments. I honestly don't get too many. It'd make my day if you did comment on my video. I want to know, how are you doing? How is early August going for you? Is it a busy month? Is it a not busy month? Is it a not different than any other month? August for me is a transition month, and it is arguably one of the most stressful months because I'm returning back to work. So I work in a school. I'm not a teacher, but I do have a highly stressful job at times, and this is my second day back with kids. I really don't want to jinx it, but man, so far it's been going pretty smoothly. Now I know kids are in the honeymoon phase, and but I'm really hopeful for this school year. I need a good school year. I really do. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of what my August has been looking like. One thing that I did to prepare to go back to work is sometimes I like to be spontaneous. I'm a big planner. However, at the same time, I can be spontaneous. And one spontaneous thing I did was I thought, I want some new makeup. And I wanted new shoes. And I thought, I'm just going to stop on my way to work. And I bought mascara and eyeliner and 2 pairs of shoes. I didn't try them on because I was running late. I did not realize how late I was getting. And so one pair of shoes works great. And the other pair, not as great, but that is okay. But the funny thing was I bought this eyeliner. I kept it in my car after I used it, because I'm like, why would I bring an eyeliner to my work? Well, the reason I should have brought an eyeliner is because it melted in my car. And I don't know where, it must have melted inside of its of the own container, because it wasn't anywhere in the car, which I'm grateful for, but and maybe it evaporated even. I don't know, but I do not have any eyeliner because it did not make it out of my car. So that was kind of a funny thing that happened. I think it's kind of the world saying, maybe you don't need eyeliner. Sometimes my eyeliner runs, or I rub my eyes. And so I'm not going to buy more. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy eyeliner. Especially, I'm bummed. The only thing I'm bummed about is I did like splurge and go for like a more expensive type of eyeliner. So warning for you all, do not put eyeliner in your car. That's probably common sense, but that was a funny thing to start off my week. I'm just noticing my hands are full of hot Cheeto stains. When I was at Walmart for a different trip, I saw that there are hot Cheetos, and that's one of my weaknesses as far as junk food. I am definitely more of a savory person with my taste buds. Like, sweet stuff is not terribly appealing to me, but like spicy and salty, that's my weakness. And I'll tell you that, and every year I encounter this, when I go back to work, I'm sure I burn a lot more calories. I'm walking around a lot, I'm using a lot of mental energy, my sleep schedule is messed up, so like I'm, getting up earlier, and it makes me so hungry. Like, and my hunger strikes like right after school. Like, I am so hungry, and I can't, it's like part of my brain goes offline and is like, yeah, you cannot wait to get home for your healthier snack or like all the things you bought. You must go now. And so that has been why I've been eating hot Cheetos on my way home from work. Tells me that I need to pack heartier lunches and healthy, like I'm going for healthy, hearty lunches this year, where like I'm not skimping, I'm not trying to like not fast, but like I want to make sure I am getting food so that I don't come home and ruin like the nutrition part. So I've been doing yoga every morning, just very, very short-term yoga, like 10-minute yoga. And that's been helpful. It's more so to stretch my body. Like lately, my neck has been so stiff when I wake up, in my back. And so I'm trying to just like get into a nice routine. I love it when in the yoga videos, it talks about setting your intention for the day. There's just something so powerful about that, and just having, like, giving myself time to really reflect on what do I want to accomplish today. Like, of course, there's so many things to get done, but internally, what is going to be my narrative inside my head to achieve that goal that I want? A lot of times it has to do with how I treat myself, how I interact with other people, and it's very much like it's not like a outcome of what I do, but more so my mind, my frame of mind. So, okay, 3862, where did I put that? Oh man, I think I might have, totally put the wrong color down. That's okay, because the one that I need is right by there. Okay, I'll just switch them over. It all is good. So yeah, I feel like things have been going, for the beginning of a school year, they so far have been going really, for the most part, pretty well. And one thing, I'm sorry, I'm kind of jumping, oops, I did it again, back and forth between diamond painted related things and not, but I will say that I found it really funny that, where is it at? There's one bag that I have where I didn't mix just 2 colors, but I've mixed 3. And I'm like, seriously? What the heck am I thinking? Like, oh, Here's one that like you can tell, oh wow, I'm really zoomed in here, that obviously I mixed, but and that's actually the one I think I have out right now. But do you ever mix, like how frequently do you mix your colors, and do you go through and sort them again? Like, I'm curious. A lot of times I do. I just haven't with this current kit. So that's been funny though, that I've just been like stubbornly like, I mix colors. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that type of stuff. Let's see, what else? This weekend was a fun weekend with Denise. And so Denise is my 3-year-old, and my husband Bill. We have a tradition of going to the Renaissance Festival. And this time we were on a mission and we got it done, because the reason, of course, we go just for the experience, but we, for 9 years now, have gotten a Renaissance Festival picture. It's become a tradition, and it is completely nerdy. Like, we even coordinate what outfits that we've worn. There's like oh my gosh, it keeps falling out of the boat. Outfits at the Renaissance Festival that I think just really, they're just funny. And so the ones that we wore this year coincide with 8 years ago. So it's really fun to see. And it was a fun experience. I was so happy that Denise, she can be really cranky with that type of stuff, like putting on outfits, and she was last year, and she wasn't. The weather too was perfect because it had been a little cooler because it's been raining. I have to say that one of the most miserable experiences is when you go to the Ren Fest and you're surrounded by so many people and it's so hot, like worse than a concert. So I'm very thankful. The weather was great. We had a fun time. That was kind of what happened the day before. Some of Bill's family was in town, and it was really funny. So Bill spent time with Denise, who wanted to be inside, and I stayed outside, and it was just really nice, like, connecting with Bill's family. I feel really blessed that I really do like my in-laws, like all of Bill's family, and had like a really nice conversation with them. I can't tell you how relieved I am that I'm starting to really just appreciate the moments. It was so nice to just have a conversation and not be worried about doing the laundry and all of those things. I'm sure that maybe I'm just in denial that I have all these things on my plate again. Maybe I'm just in a summer break mode, but I honestly just don't want to leave summer break mode. That doesn't mean I neglect everything that I need to do. It just means I'm gonna tackle it when I can, and I'm not gonna think about it when I'm not tackling it. That's in theory what I'd like to do. But it was nice to just be able to chat with them while Bill watched Denise. What else is going on? Oh, so I recently watched, one of the YouTubers I watch pretty regularly is Diamonds and Washi, and I loved her video about the Diamond Art Club kits that are on Amazon. I'm so excited to get one, although I'm trying to not build a stash. No judgment for people who have a stash. It's just, you know what stashes do for me is they make me feel guilty. They make me feel like I'm not getting to these. They're just sitting here. And so I feel that way with the yarn stash that I have. I have so much yarn and just not time or motivation to knit. So I think with diamond painting, I want to keep it special when I get a kit. Like, I have a couple kits that I've received, but I don't really want a stockpile. And that's just what works best for me. Like, everyone's different. But I might get, there's one on Amazon that Katie from Diamonds and Washi unboxed that I just love. It's like this, I think it's called Painting the Moon. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. So if you're not aware, I thought I'd mention that Amazon carries Diamond Art Club, and they're kind of beginner friendly. They're smaller, which I personally really like smaller kits. I think I just need another complete. I need another win. Because this is just taking a long time. So that is kind of might be something you'll know that I gave into my temptation if I do an unboxing for Paint the Moon, if it's still available. I'll link it in my description box too, and perhaps put a picture up of it if you're interested. I love everything celestial and moons and stars. When we were at the Renaissance Festival, we did get this really cute metal decoration for our backyard, and I did have an option to get, there was like a moon and a star one, but we decided to go like classic nerdy and went with like an extra life mushroom from Mario. So we just have a extra life mushroom that's red in our backyard, and it's like a metal decor, outside decor, hanging on our fence. And it's super cute. So let's see. I made a list. That's why I keep pausing. Oh yeah, I should probably update you guys about the basement. It never ends. It never ends. So if you're new to my channel or you haven't been watching past WIP N Chats, I'll get you caught up in a summary. We had a sewer backup, and I am one that I thought I was being preventative with plumbing stuff. I got the snaked or whatever you call it, and everything seemed fine. What happened was there was a root hole or a root ball that backed up our main sewer line, and they had to excavate to fix it in our front yard, 10 feet deep, and then told us we needed to line our pipes because the problem was that they were made of clay pipes. And then we had to get our basement deconstructed. So all of like the stuff cleaned and all these tests done, the drywall out, the floor ripped out, the whole 9 yards. Okay. That's kind of gets us to like current day. So well, let me back up just for a second. Last year we just have really crappy luck with our basement. Do you get it? Crappy, haha, since it's sewer. Last year we were unfortunate enough to have our neighbors flood our basement because they forgot to turn their hose off and it linked into our foundation. And so we've been through all of this before. I even tried to call the same company. However, what I realized, and after the fact, is that this is like the same company name, but it has different like locations and different chains. And if I would have known that this company was different, I would not have used them, because it's like they don't talk to each other. So I had one person calling me from the office saying, so-and-so is going to come out tomorrow between this window of time. Great. That's good knowledge. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, that'll work. And then the guy calls and says, I'm coming out at this time. Okay, thanks. And then the guy calls when he's done and then doesn't like schedule another time. And then another person calls to schedule another time for the person to come. And then I get an email from a different person in the company asking if I have any questions. And it doesn't feel streamlined at all. Like it's, and for someone, I don't know, maybe I'm complaining and I shouldn't. I appreciate the communication, but I can't just take 4 phone calls a day, especially because I have really crappy cell phone reception at work. I have a toddler. I don't, like, I have a life, you know? Does that sound, but anyway, and then they're not communicating like anything with cost. And their quote that they quoted us for just the deconstruction was double the amount of the full deconstruction and reconstruction that was quoted last time. And there's nothing we can do about it now because all the services have been done. And I truly feel like we're being overcharged. Yes, this is a sewer problem, which is different than just water. However, here's where I'm really starting to get frustrated. So we're using the same company for the simplicity's sake with insurance to reconstruct our basement, or we were going to. And the quote for reconstructing it was double the cost again of reconstructing it last time. There should be no cost difference from the last time we got it done because we're getting the same carpet in and the same, it's the same square footage, it's the same drywall. And so I have no idea why they want a huge amount. $13,000 is what they're saying for a basement that's extremely small. Here's the kicker. We didn't even want carpet last time, and the company messed up putting carpet in. We wanted carpet on the stairs, and the rest was hardwood floor. Now, Bill and I both do not like conflict. We avoid it like the plague. We're people pleasers and indecisive, and so we just lived with it. But now that we're having to pay to get this carpet replaced that we didn't even want, it's becoming super annoying. And our insurance won't cover anything but the carpet because that's what was in there before, even though it was an error that it was in there before. So, can you tell that I'm a little frustrated? Now I have to figure out a different company to use. I'm unwilling to pay that much for something that I'm not even thrilled about having. And I'm unhappy about having to pay a huge amount for the deconstruction. They are completely ripping us off, I feel like. So anyway, I'm going to take a little break. It won't be that long for you, but my Bill and Denise are on the way. We're having Taco Tuesday. I'm going to go enjoy dinner with them, do the nighttime routine, and then I'll be back to film the rest of this. Okay, I am back. I wonder if the lighting is way different because I was filming during the daylight and now it is pitch black dark. So, where was I at? Oh yeah, I was talking about the basement annoyances. And you know what though? At the end of the day, everyone's safe. The basement will be fixed. The money part is frustrating, but I just, I'm so thankful. It could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Okay, I'm done with that color. So, tacos were delicious, and instead of watching our normal show, Grey's Anatomy, we watched a tribute concert that was live streamed like in 2017 for Chester Bennington, the late lead singer of Linkin Park. And I don't know if there's any other Linkin Park fans out there, but Linkin Park was a huge part of my teenage years. Like, it is so nostalgic. Hybrid Theory is their first album, and I love it so much. And it was pretty heartbreaking when Chester passed, and the fact that he had completed suicide. And so even though, that happened at this point, oh man, that requires math, like 6 years ago, right? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5 years ago. it's so sad. And that concert had all kinds of like different performers, a wide range too. Like there's Korn, Slipknot, Alanis Morissette, No Doubt, Ocean, or not Ocean Avenue. That's the name of the song that's a big hit. What is the name of that band? Oh, I can't think. That if I could find you now, things would get better. It's called Ocean Avenue. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I will probably include it in this video. The name of it. But yeah, it was a nice little switch for tonight. Earlier in the day, I'd been planning to film the WIP N Chat, so it's a Tuesday evening currently, and I post it usually very early Thursday mornings. It gives me time to edit it and upload. And I was planning all day to film this. I was trying to get home, but I had to stop and run an errand. I had to get Timothy hay for my guinea pigs. And I was kind of fumbling around using some cash to pay for it, because usually I just use like a card. It's very rare for me to have cash, but we had cash from the Renaissance Festival. And so I was like a little bit thrown off. I was in my billfold looking for like change to try to make it easy on the person. And I was fumbling around with these big giant things of hay. And I got my car, and on my way home, I realized I don't know where my phone is. And I do everything on my phone. I film on my phone. I just do all of these, my phone has my calendar, has my pictures. And so like, I just felt like, oh my gosh, did I leave my phone at PetSmart? Did it fall out of my pocket? Because I was carrying the big things of hay. Like, I was just like, I have no idea where it is. And it's so weird. It's not just like right by me in the car, because I have a little place I keep it sometimes, or it's on the passenger seat. I try really hard to not be a distracted driver. So, but it's very atypical for the phone to not be by me. And so I thought, well, maybe it fell. Maybe it's under something, don't panic yet. I thought, I don't want to go all the way back to PetSmart. And long story short, it was in the car, and it was like in a really weird area in the car, like the under the dashboard, sort of like on the passenger side, clear in the corner. So I must have just like, put on the brakes and it fell. I didn't notice, which means, it's focusing on the road, which is what you want. But I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to film this WIP N Chat. So I'm very thankful that I found my phone. Do you ever lose your phone like that? Isn't it like, I feel like it's sad that we're so reliant on phone. Like, I am so reliant on my phone. I don't like it. I'm trying to have more distance between me and my phone. Didn't do that well tonight. But I have been, when I get home, once I like confirm that Bill and Denise are on their way home, I have been charging my phone in a different room on purpose, so that it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, so that I'm just like not spending my small amount of free time like looking at a screen, or checking my email, because I'm trying to establish a good routine with healthy boundaries with email checking. So I gotta get back on track with that. Tonight was not the best, but whew, my goodness. I wonder some other things going on with me. Well, kind of going along the lines of that, there's just a lot of room for improvement in my mind for what I do with my time after work on weeknights. And I think there couldn't be a better time to change up a routine than at the beginning of a school year. And I feel that after work, it's really hard for me to like stop thinking of work and disconnect and be in the moment. I think I work in a career where and there's so many careers like this, the work is endless. Like, you could continue to work and work and work and never feel that you got everything done. And so I'm working on being okay with that. And I thought, I saw this like commercial for, I think it was for Home Chef, about this concept of cooking dinner can be really mindful. And one thing that I also want to change about my routine is we're just kind of in a rut with what to fix for dinner. Like, I have my go-tos. I don't even like my go-tos anymore because I'm so tired of them, but they're familiar and they're easy and they're cheap. Not necessarily the healthiest, not even something I enjoy. And so it's like really hard for me to be motivated to cook when I don't even want the meal that I'm cooking. And so because of that, Bill and I ordered or subscribed to Blue Apron. And we have done this in the past. And then we're both kind of picky, particular people. And when it's hard for us to venture out. We won't do it unless we're forced to. So we kind of go on and off with Blue Apron, and we've done Home Chef before, and the experience is good. The price tag is a little much. But it jumpstarts us to get new ideas of what to cook. And sometimes, like most of the time, I'm not in the mood to cook. And I think I just need to reframe how I think about it. Like, this is an opportunity for me to put my phone away, don't even have it near me, focus on what I'm doing, being in the moment, and fixing like a really good meal for my family. I'm sure that there's going to be nights where it's the last thing I want to do because I'm tired and I just want something easy. But I'm hoping that for the most part, it'll be a positive change for me. And having the ingredients nearby. I don't like how much waste is involved, like plastic wrap things. I'm going to recycle the box, and anything that I can recycle, I will. But yeah, I'm curious if you do a meal kit service too, and if it's you find it as costly as sometimes I have in the past. I'm hoping it will save in the grocery bill in the long run, and will be healthier too. Since I'm doing yoga, I want to take care of myself. I want to lose weight because apparently I've gained weight. I don't feel like I have, but my jeans sure feel like I have. I hate that feeling. So yeah, those are changes. So I'm going to be cooking a lot more in the evening time. And I guess the last thing I didn't really tell you is I dyed my hair. I have a friend who works in the hair industry, and he has done my hair for a long time, but he hasn't since I've been pregnant. So the last time I got my hair dyed was when I was a couple months pregnant with Denise, and that was intentional because I know hair dye and pregnancy don't work well together. And this was a natural, I don't know what he used, but it was a safe thing, and I didn't want to keep my roots while I was pregnant and having a baby. And then I feel like I've had my hairstyle so long where it's just kind of wear it natural and curly. I just felt like a change. I sometimes attribute my hairstyle to stages in my life, and I feel that natural hair Tiffany is postpartum Tiffany, and so it just felt nice to kind of change it back to what I used to have. I know it's going to be a lot of maintenance, and I still am trying to embrace my natural texture of my hair by curling it, or by using a diffuser, just letting it air dry. So yeah, it's a little bit unique and different for me to I guess, go back to my norm. And so it feels good. It feels good. So changes in the air. I usually, if you're new to WIP N Chats, I like to end it with a quote. One of my favorite people, that I'm still listening to the book Atlas of the Heart, people just in general, like authors, speakers, is Brene Brown. And she's the one that written Atlas of the Heart, which I'm really liking. I need to get back into that because I really am enjoying it. Just haven't thought about listening to it. It's an audiobook. But I like to end my WIP N Chats with a quote, and this quote's by Brene Brown, and it says, "Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up when you cannot control the outcome." And dang, there's nothing more to make you vulnerable than being thrown into a new school year. I hope that you're taking chances and calculated risks and feeling like you can be vulnerable, whatever spot you're in life. Because it doesn't necessarily feel fun to be vulnerable, but at the same time, I think it's how we grow. So I think I'm going to end it with that. Yeah. So I hope you have a good rest of your week, rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my WIP N Chats and other videos. It really has been an exciting journey starting a YouTube channel, and I just appreciate all the support and kindness. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do upload 2 full-length videos a week and shorts videos almost daily. That might be slowing down a little bit. We'll see. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Bye.